further ado, I will play Purple Pants for you. My purple pants were perforated in the hot midday air. It must have gone down in those still waters. I didn't see the hole was there. But Kasha, she said, you can't go out in public looking like that. Take off those purple pants and I'll fix that hole that's at your bottom. Bright red thread, a few stitches, things are looking good. And now she's mended my purple pants in the shape of an L. Though there are no more rips or tears, she's saying it's not enough. I think that you should go off and sew more stitches, spelling out loud, spelling out loud, spelling out loud, spelling out. It starts with an L, but it isn't there. Swift crimson vein, threading hot air. It's that crinkle in her eyes when she sews that smile, ascending possibilities of traveler's mind. Well, she ain't the one, she was just down for the count. And you think for a moment it all will work out, but you know the moments they're passing and you find you're alone. Though there's more to sing, more to be sown. You're running up and out, you're at world's end, just looking and looking for someone to mend your purple pants, purple pants, purple pants. Yahoo will spell out love for me. 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 Thank you very much. I go by Wachtel, and this is my last name, and I've also chosen it as my performing name because I'm really into music that explores the idea of traveler's mind. So I have the ukulele here with me, and the ukulele came to be my main instrument when, after I graduated, I spent about 14 months traveling eastward around the world, and took the ukulele with me. Before that time, I was a guitar player, but I didn't really want to schlep a guitar everywhere with me. So grabbed the ukulele, and I just became really intimate with it in the ensuing time. I spent a lot of time performing on the streets. I was doing a lot of Beatles tunes, and I guess eventually I just sort of started writing my own stuff on the ukulele. And I'm excited, really excited about the new direction the Reddit Couch is taking, because as Danny was explaining to me, we're kind of doing this format to explore like what songwriting means to different artists, and I'm really looking forward to like seeing what you guys, where you draw your inspiration from with your songs, what sort of is the process you come to write songs. And I've been writing songs for a long time. But I think that when I was traveling and I was spending a lot of time on my own, I started writing songs more that were very much like sort of helping me to process things that were happening in my life. Because sometimes I found myself and I just like, I was on the road on my own, didn't have anyone to talk to, and I would be going through something, and I just sort of, to deal with it, I would write a song about it. So the song that I'm going to start off with is really special to me for a lot of reasons. I think I'm kind of I'll go through a little bit of the history of what the song is about, but also like what it's become since then, because it's grown in a lot of ways. And I'd be very excited, enthused, if you guys have any questions about what I'm thinking about when I'm writing a song. But this song is called Purple Pants, and I'll start with a little background. So I traveled for 14 months, and at the end of that time, the very last month, I was in Southeast Asia. And that was the first time that I was kind of like every day or every couple of days going to a new place, like seeing new things, and really completely on my own. Before then, I had been in a bunch of different, more sort of sedentary situations. I was working on farms and staying in bookstores and various places in Europe and then in New Zealand. And then I came to Southeast Asia, which was like a very different and novel place. And it confronted me in a lot of ways. It was challenging to be on my own for the first time, moving through space so quickly, and kind of meeting people really peripherally and not getting to spend a whole lot of time with them. And I was starting to feel incredibly lonely in this period. I arrived in Thailand, and I was traveling for like 6 or 7 days to a couple different cities, and then I passed into Cambodia, and was really kind of taken aback by how different the situation there was, the things that I was used to, and that mixed with the fact that I felt really on my own was conspiring to leave me feeling pretty lonely and questioning what I was doing in my travels. And at the same time, concurrently to that, I bought a pair of purple pants when I was in Thailand. I showed up to Thailand and it was super hot. I couldn't wear any of the like clothes that I had before, so I like quickly sort of dumped them off and got a new wardrobe, and I had this pair of purple pants that I became immediately very fond of. And the purple pants got a hole ripped in them. And it was kind of a bummer, like, wearing the pants with my butt hanging out the back. And so back to sort of what was going on in my larger life, I was traveling on my own for a while, and then I came across this a Polish girl named Kasia, who was also traveling on her own. And we met we were both buying mango at 2 a.m. from a fruit stand in Siem Reap. And I was, walking back to go to sleep, and there's lots of these fruit stands around, I really wanted a mango. One of the greatest things about traveling was getting to see all the different fruits that I'd never encountered before. I became particularly fond of dragon fruit, but this time I just wanted a simple mango. And Kasia was also getting a mango, and we exchanged words, and I noticed that she had a strange accent that I couldn't quite place, and I said, "Where are you from?" And she's like, "Oh, guess." And I kind of pulled out of my butt the country of Poland, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm from Poland." And so that was sort of the beginning of like, whoa, let's stop and see what's going on here. We realized that we were like had the exact same planned itinerary. We ended up traveling with each other for 3 weeks after that night. And Kasha was also a very good seamstress, and she sewed up the hole in my pants. And it was amazing traveling with her. I was completely cured of my loneliness. I had like a co-conspirator as I was moving forward. But it was also like there was a little bit of romantic tension at first that just sort of like it fizzled pretty quickly. And after being alone for so long, there was this moment of like anticipation, like, oh, what's going to happen with this new person who I'm now in my life with. But it wasn't meant to be. But, you know, I can still be very thankful that the hole in my pants got fixed. And so I wrote the song Purple Pants. And so I'll play that song, but just to sort of continue the story of what happened. So I actually wrote the song. We were on a beach in southern Cambodia. I was near a town called Sihanoukville. And I remember like on the beach, I was sort of fiddling around on my guitar, and all of a sudden the idea to write a song about the purple pants started coming to my head, and the words were flowing. So I like ran back to the little concrete bungalow that we were occupying, and like quickly wrote it as fast as I could on my computer, and once I got it out, it happened like super fast. And I feel like there's a bunch of different ways to end up writing songs, but this for me was an example of like when it was just something that I sort of knew from the beginning what I was going to write and went through with it. And I came home after my travels. I came home and recorded it. I had a bunch of new instruments that I picked up in my travels, and I decided to record it with all those different instruments. And from that recording, I decided later, it was the first time that I was combining a bunch of instruments from around the world that I had picked up, and I decided that I was going to like pursue this idea of bringing together sounds from different places. And that's led to me organizing a whole album around this idea. This was the first song that sort of kicked out this idea for an album that I began working on writing a year ago. And this song leads off the album. And in the recording, I play maybe 40 different instruments to get it to capture all the ideas. And I've been working, like I said, for a year on this, and just today I finished the song, which was kind of the first time that I've had a finished song under my belt that I feel like, oh my God, this is something that I've done now. And so that's really exciting. I'm really excited about this song, and it's kind of cool to me to get to come back to where it first came out, which was on the ukulele, now that I've been spending so much time with it, playing it on all these other instruments. I'll do kind of an abbreviated version. I played this song for some of you guys here at Acoustic Jukebox a few days ago. And it's a song that I wrote when I was walking the Camino de Santiago, which is a 500-mile walk across northern Spain. And you're walking for like 8 hours every day, and by day 10 you sort of run out of things to do in your day, and you start looking for creative ways to fill your time. And me and my friend Andrew Schneider decided that we were going to write a Decemberist style song. And the Decemberists, if you guys don't know, is a band that we really love that uses very grandiose and arcane words that refer specifically to like time periods and cultures that are kind of foreign to most people. And there's something very literary about their music. And we started with 2 words. Andrew put forth the word wadi, which means a normally dry river course. And we were thinking, what would be what would happen at a normally dry river course? Well, probably it's a place where 2 lovers are coming to consummate their love. Probably a secret tryst. Oh, maybe one of the lovers is like actually secretly trying to assassinate the other one because the other one is is like a very powerful person, maybe a king or something, a warlord. We were trying to decide what sort of powerful person this would be, and then we thought of we really wanted to use the word lascivious, and we like the phrase lascivious Tsar a lot. I thought that had a nice ring to it. So okay, this is going to be in Russia. Yeah.
Is it not lascivious?
It's not lascivious. It's lascivious.
What does lascivious mean?
I always thought it was delicious.
Tomato.
Lascivious is like horny in a sort of a dirty old man way. Yeah.
I always thought it was like promiscuous with a particularly greasy tinge.
Well, in my mind, those two things are equivalent. So, yeah. I guess you don't have to be old to be lascivious. You just have to be greasy. I think is what we've established here. Greasy, very greasy. So that took care of that. So then we started thinking of other words to go with Russia. Probably like pearls going to be involved. So nacreous, ever pertaining to nacre, the luminescent part of the pearl shell or whatever. Words like this fell into place. We started brainstorming words for what the every single word that the female character in this could be. And I think in the song there's wench, harlot, concubine. We went down that road a fair ways, but we were just walking and we had hours and hours to write the song. It was really fun because we could just let's spend 20 minutes to think of every word. Let's name every word that we can think of for some sort of prostitute. And but back to where it started, Andrew really wanted to use the word wadi, and I am very fond of the word invaginate. I thought it's a great word for a pop song. Vagina is actually Latin, I guess, for a sheath. And invaginate means, first and foremost, and it's like purest form to put the dagger back into the sheath. And this kept in very nicely with our theme of the romantic tryst. And this was also a time too when I told my last story was about how I was traveling in Southeast Asia and kind of confronted a lot with the sort of political, economic reality of what was happening there. And I was feeling very disillusioned with what's going on in my country, and how I felt like people are just selling out left and right in this moment in my life. And so I was thinking about that a lot, and like what it means to try and really fight the system, and if it's possible to fight the system. So the song started as merely an exercise to use big words. But it was cool because over the span of a day, it grew to involve this really complex backstory. And we decided that the king was withholding grain, or the Tsar was withholding grain from his people. And so we started working in words like silo and granary came into the song. And it was a lot of fun to do this kind of song that's about people that are so far from you that they're not even in the same time period or same culture, but there's still something universal about what's going on. So I'll sing the song "Oh Woe," and I would really love it if any of you guys feel inclined when the choruses come up to just sort of jump up and shout into the microphone as well. It's really a song that's meant to have a shouted chorus. When the wench bestowed the nacreous stones on the Tsar of the Republic, the publicans sought to quench the fire by drinking down their gossip. She'd been plucked from the slums to tread her garb of soot for gabardine. The beauty brought blindfolded to an abandoned granary to hear enumerated the points of their regicidal scheme. Oh woe, oh woe, oh woe is my country. Oh woe, oh woe, oh woe is also me. Out in the palatial guitar, dons the pearls entrusted by the strumpet as he applies the tinctures to disappear the wrinkles on his face. The longer grow the lines for bread out in the marketplace. He then ventures forth across his threshold to where the nymph awaits. Oh woe, oh woe, oh woe is my country. Oh woe, oh woe, oh woe is also me. Departing for the rendezvous into the forest boreal, she lifts her skirts to skirt the brook, preserving looks faux regal, laden with the hopes and all the contents of the coffers of her fellow proletariat, and also a small dagger to drive into the viscera of the kleptocratic empire. Oh woe, oh woe, oh woe is my country. Oh woe, oh woe, oh woe is also me. He sights and then calls out to her across the faded wadi. She alights with much alacrity in vain lust for his body, to lay him dosed down betwixt the brambles and the rushes. Prone he licks his brittle lips as his eyes grow wide with pleasure, till she summons forth from clandestine garter her mercenary dagger. Oh woe, oh woe, oh woe is my country. Oh woe, oh woe, oh woe is also me. Alright, now this is the great part of the song where I get to impersonate the harlot, the concubine, the wench. Really, this part should be sung by Nicole, but because she's got a beautiful female voice. But I'm going to make do right now until she learns the words. Maybe I'll try and sing it in a Russian/British accent. In my wretched life, I've come to know misfortune like a brother, and so bequeathed was I with this occasion to avenge all the moments of injustice you have perpetrated wanton. Maybe it's more of an Italian accent, I don't know. On behalf of your malign subjects, I thus complete the action. Savor the air you now inhale, for this breath shall be your last one. Oh woe, oh woe, oh woe is my country. Oh woe, oh woe, oh woe is also me. Now the Tsar replies, my darling, I entreat you do not entertain such folly. Your brethren have inculcated a certain melancholy with your present state, but I assure that life can be much better. You may sit beside me at the throne with all your heart desires. He coolly coos, inveigling her to invaginate the dagger. Alright, this is the real sexy part of the song where that dagger is invaginated. Now those publicans have nothing save to sink into oblivion, while the cabal convenes anew inside that vacant cereal storeroom to speculate what became of their dastardly intentions. The harlot, now a concubine with imperial pretensions, to bear a bastard son who will one day make his ascension. The child's eyes, like little pearls, strangely iridescent. You guys come up here. Oh woe, oh woe, oh woe is my country. Oh woe, oh woe, oh woe is also me. Oh woe, oh woe, oh woe is my country. Oh woe, oh woe, oh woe is also me. One more time. Oh woe, oh woe, oh woe is my country. Oh woe, a woe is also me.